Hey, what is going on, guys? About an hour ago, I put up a little survey on Instagram asking for what you'd like to see next. And a lot of you guys asked for technique-related stuff, so I figured let's grab my Star Wars mug and go for a ride to one of my favorite places in the world. So technique to me is something where you need to embrace your natural abilities. I think that if you have a certain aspect of playing technique-wise that you think is easier, that's easier for you, that sounds better, you need to embrace that. That is very important. Also, I believe in applying whatever technique you're working on as soon as you can in a band setting or to a live studio thing or anything. So yeah, apply it as soon as you can, as soon as you feel somewhat comfortable about doing it. I really believe that the main thing that you do is you need to apply the technique and you need to fail on it. You need to figure out why did that technique not work when you applied it, so that you don't work up and spend hours upon working on a specific technique that after you've mastered in the bedroom, suddenly you take it out to the live show and you're not able to do it, and you kind of have to do like 15 steps back. So learn the basics of the technique and apply it immediately. Fail so many times until you figure out what happened and just how to improve it. They say that coffee is the most important meal of the day, isn't it? So the thing about most of the techniques that I use, which is heavily influenced by legato, hybrid picking, and so forth, those are things that came very natural to me, and a lot of the lines that I hear in my head are very much influenced by those specific sounds that those techniques make. And my favorite sound ever. So keep that in mind when I'm showing you all these different technique essentials now and in the future and next video, that natural traits are key. They're king. That's why I have certain players that are just good at different techniques, like Joseph Riani or Greg Howe, like doing their crazy legato stuff, or Paul Gilbert doing like crazy alternate picking, and they are incredible at what they do because they've really embraced their natural abilities. Or you might have something completely new that nobody's invented before working up, like Frankie and Bali invented sweep picking, and you might have the next new technique like that. So work on what feels good to you, what feels natural, what is musical. So we're gonna take a look at my approach to hybrid picking. What hybrid picking is using your fingers in addition to your pick. And so using your fingers, you have two ways of using them, either with a nail or with the tip of the finger. Those two are two completely different sounds, which are as follows: fingertips, nails. So how do you get started with this technique? Let's pick a scale, in this case E Dorian, and we'll do a drone note because that's the open string, and then on the G string we're going to go up in the scale, so we'll start at the third, so this is using the middle finger. You could also use your ring finger for the exact same effect, or you could add, say, a third into the scale using both those fingers. So there are multiple ways to pluck the string. You could do the side sort of thing, where it's kind of rounder, it sounds smoother, or you could get underneath the string and actually pop it up. So it's almost like the bass slap and pop sort of thing. That's also how you get that cluck, especially with the in-between sounds from using multiple pickups in parallel. Combining these pops with double stops and such can get you a real cool sound. build upon how many fingers we're using. So the next step after using the middle finger and ring finger, we can add the pinky. It's a completely different sound. Suddenly we get bigger chords. Now adding the pinky is one of the more advanced forms of hybrid picking, and what's important is that you let it get to you naturally. So apply it in any way you can, but don't over practice it or anything. Just do a little bit every day. It comes a long way. Apply it to all your chordal playing whenever you have your gigs or similar. The final step to your hybrid picking technique is adding the index finger to the collection. And basically what you need to do is, as you're playing, at some point you just need to stop and let the pick rest between the string and your thumb like this. And that frees up your 4 of your fingers to do the rest of the chord. It's a beautiful sound and it's very unique, very rich. It sounds good for certain things. Now the clear challenge here is transitioning from doing all the single note lines into the chords. See, it's something that I'm still working on as well. Now let's take an even closer look on how I hybrid pick. And so basically, this is how the snap works. I wanted to show you as well, I do not have any particularly like long nails or anything like that. There are guys that go get their nails done and all that sort of stuff, or super glue like fake nails on there, or it just depends on what you're going for. I recommend trying it out, see if it's for you, and whatever feels right and natural, go with that. I think this is a very important point. A lot of that authentic chicken picking clocking sound comes from using a compressor and having it squash the sound quite a bit. I use this one, it's the Fairfield circuitry, the Accountants, and this is basically my pedal board that I use with the amp, and this is all in the FX loop. I like going just straight into the amp because I like having control over the volume and all the different gain stages and such. Basically what the compressor does is it goes from, without it, it sounds like this, and with it, so it just adds a different life and dimension to the sound. Another reason why I really like it in the FX loop is that I can get all the controls over the volume knob, so I can go from to more of the soft. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure you hit that like button below. Comment in the comments field what your philosophy on technique is, and let me know any questions or concerns you may have about hybrid picking. Let me know if you think hybrid picking is one of your natural traits. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to keep these videos coming, and I will see you next time.